Hi guys and welcome back. I believe Bitcoin will make here one final move before we will be heading into higher prices. And I will show you the exact levels that I'm watching for this exact drop right now and from where we can potentially short. But I'm going to tell you, this is a really risky short. Personally, I might not take it. But if you want to know what I'm looking at, then make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, like this video, and also activate the bell so that you will never miss out on these really important updates. And now let me show you what I have found here today. We are starting off here on the 1 hourly chart, where we can clearly see where we have strong support and resistance. So here in this blue area is our support, and also don't forget the underlying potential bounce area that we tapped multiple times here already. So we tapped it 2 times. Here in red is our resistance block that we for now just cannot break, around $52,000 on the top side. And remember, we need to get above the Monday high to continue this upwards trend. As we are breaking further down into the support area, on the shorter time frames, the imminent target for me is just around $50,600. Nothing has $50,500. Nothing has changed there. That is on the shorter time frames, the imminent level to watch. But what if this level gives in? Where are we heading then? And that is something that I'm going to show you here on the following charts. Here on the 4 hourly chart, on the liquidation levels, you can clearly see that we have piled up some long liquidation levels here again, from where we are sitting basically right now, 51,173, all the way down to around $48,900. And I believe the max pain for everybody right now would be a move to approximately $49,000. I cannot imagine that we would get lower, much lower than $48,500. I believe, because here's also last liquidation level, I believe there it's going to stop. We have then here a small gap and then continue around $47,500. So there's a $1,000 gap. I don't believe that we just see something like this and then come back up. Even to 48,500, I believe it will be a really quick and swift move if we get this level. So let's imagine we break 50,500, we move into 49. So and if we're getting then under 49, it will be something like this. It will come straight back up. We will not break that level. So once we are breaking back up, we will then continue the trajectory, break $52,500 and move higher, in my opinion. I want to mention something really funny, coincidentally. Every time when we have a full moon, you can call me crazy or not, you can actually check it. You know, personally, I don't really believe myself in it, but it's actually working, you know. So I just don't know yet how I should incorporate that into a proper strategy, because sometimes it's like a couple hours, days off, you know. So, but every time when we go into a full moon, and tonight is full moon, the markets are dropping. So what we are seeing right now, and once we're getting the full moon, markets are recovering. So depending on where you are in the world and what time it is for you, the markets should recover tonight. You know, so for me it's now 6 p.m. So around midnight, a little bit closer to midnight, the markets should recover. Sometimes it's happening a little bit earlier, sometimes a little bit later. But tomorrow should be technically an update, based on the moon cycles. You know, I know some other people looking at this, but I have a lot of friends that are into it, and I'm sometimes asking them, where's the moon standing? You know, where the markets are crashing, you know, is there like a moon phase causing that? And then they're like, yeah, we're close to a full moon, we are in new moon, blah, 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 you know. So, and it's just a funny coincidence that I wanted to mention here. When we're looking here on the liquidation heat map, also here we see a move to $50,500 would be something that we should expect based on here this heated area of long liquidations that would get taken out here and the liquidity grabbed. And then here another move to $52,200 would basically mark the start of the continuation of this uptrend that we're having for Bitcoin. So if we get a small shakeout here to the downside, I'm not really worried about that. I would actually adding more to my long position there. And if we are breaking lower, I just keep adding to it. Like I said, I don't believe that we move any lower than $48,500. But if we do that, then of course altcoins will bleed like crazy. You know, they're anyway already bleeding. That's why I will not talk about altcoins, because it doesn't make sense really, you know, to show you some altcoin charts, because there's not really anything moving today to the upside. Here on the 12-hourly chart, Bitcoin is moving here into the EMA ribbon. And again, remember, I told you so many times, it is important that the price comes back to the EMA ribbon to get retest in the best case scenario for us, that we're just retesting this, then get a bounce and continue to go higher from here. So we are again here on the 12-hourly chart sitting on the top of it. We dipped a little bit lower, which is fine. What I would like to see here on the 12-hourly chart to be a little bit more confident that potentially the worst is already over is that on the MACD we see some lighter red candles, and that the stochastic RSI comes here also back to the upside. The RSI once here, you can see it just a tiny little bit, wants already to make here a small turnaround. If we would get a proper turnaround, then of course the MACD and the stochastic RSI would follow suit, and that would basically then mark potentially a bottom here, a local bottom with continuation that follows afterwards. On the daily chart, things are looking not so good right now, because we have lost here a key resistance support flip level. It was now support for 9 days, almost 10 days. So today we lost that level, which is at $51,400. If we cannot reclaim, we can actually make it a little bit higher. Remove that line here, you see that is more or less exactly where we opened the daily candle and got straight rejected. So if we are not able to reclaim that level today, we could see, like I mentioned, that small acceleration to the downside here, and then a move back up. So just to shake everybody out, you know, everybody will get scared shitless if we lose $50,000 and believe that we go now to 42, 43, 44, you know, something like that. Because as you can see, here is not a lot of historical trading going on, at least recently, which could lead to vector candles like this one here being filled, you know. So, and that's what everybody is afraid of here. 45,800, 46,728, and then even lower, you know, so even here, you know, so that is what everybody is scared of. If we lose the $50,000 level and potentially create here then a rounding top, go down, have here big deviation, and then somewhere here start ranging and come back up, you know. So that's what people are afraid of right now. So, but again, I don't believe that that will be the case, you know. So I believe that with this long consolidation phase that we had going on and indicators coming down, that we are really close to a continuation to the upside. Just a small shakeout before we see that happening here on the charts. Here, when we are talking about my short setup and the long setup, let me actually make here. So we were close here to the short entry. Of course, I did not short. I want this to be broken and retested before I would enter this, you know. So here in this short scenario, what I would like to see is price comes up, breaks down, retests, and here at the retest, there I would enter, and then rejects and continues lower, you know. So only then I would enter this setup. So I did not enter this, and here I'm also waiting for the same for the long, you know. So breakthrough, retest, come back up, continue upwards. Now we are in between both entry levels. So yeah, if we break here lower above, beneath $50,700 with a 4-hourly close, and we get this retest, we can then look at taking a short, or if we break it to the upside above $52,300, also here, we're looking for the retest when we break above that, and then along this to the upside. Here on the indicators, by the way, they're looking amazing for continuation to the upside. Here MACD flattening out, also overall, see here, you know, it's completely flattening out the selling pressure. Stochastic about giving a buy signal, RSI moving into the upside, even potentially bullish divergence. Yeah, we have here a small bull divergence, but I think on a lower time frame it would look much better than than here. So, but anyway, so these are still the trade setups. They remain the same. Also, the targets remain the same when we go to the downside. Like I said, I would here on the short aggressively take profits because I believe it will be short-lived, that move to the downside. And guys, don't forget, if you want to trade these setups anywhere, do it on BYBIT. You still get $30,000 absolutely for free. Or on one of my new sponsors, Margex. That is actually an exchange that I know for 3 years already. They're just popping up now. They just approached me to work with them. I had never reason to approach them, but they came to me, said, hey, Alex, can we work together? And they actually offered me something that Margex has that no other platform out there has so far, and I like it a lot. They offer copy trading, but in a different way than any other platform. What they are doing is they are basically letting me act as a fund manager in their copy trading mode. So what does that mean? So that means if you want to copy trade what I'm doing, you basically give me access to your money on your account on Margex. So not that I have that on my account, only through the copy trading feature. And I can set the trades that basically will be executed on your account. And that is amazing because on the other copy trading platform, you always had potentially the problem that you did not get the same entry that I did or the same exit, or the copy trading features of the other platform led to some sort of safeguard that also got you pre-liquidated, then actually my position got liquidated or something like that. This is all basically from yesterday now, because on Margex, I can guarantee you I will never get liquidated on copy trading. I also got mostly on the other platforms not really liquidated, so just that I never got really liquidated. I got I think 2-3 times on a specific trade liquidated, never the whole account, So, but on Margex, I can guarantee you more or less I will not get liquidated because I'm in full control of how the trade is going to go down there for everybody involved, which is amazing. So I'm actually planning to put like $5,000-$10,000 in there and to actually show you how we can make the insane money together. So here, create your strategy, So here you see how much they are already handling. So, and like I said, this is just amazing the way that they're doing that here on margex.com. And I definitely want to play around with this. So if you also want to follow my copy trades on Margex, where I am in full control of the situation of the trade, a little bit different than on the other exchanges, then definitely sign up here with the link below in the pinned comment and in the description under this video. And otherwise, if you don't mind to use the old way of copy trading and you want also to get the highest bonus in the industry and $120,000, go to FAIRDESK. The link is here below. Something else that I want to mention for Margex is if you deposit $100, you will get also a $100 bonus plus 20% on your initial deposit. So in total, you would get $120 that you can use on Margex. So, and this applies to any amount, So if you deposit $50,000, you get 20% on your deposit, so you get $10,000 extra. So, but now let's continue here quick with Bitcoin. Here on the weekly chart, if you would have entered here this head short and swing short potentially, as I told you, you would be here slightly in profit right now. But again, I believe here somewhere around the golden ratio. Here's another reason why I believe that we are bouncing from there. Here, the golden ratio is acting for quite a while already as support. So we got the break above it. This weekly candle is retesting it. And if we would break back into it this week, I believe next week we come straight back up. So we have now the weekend. There's a couple, like 2 days left, so we are also approaching the end of the month. And I believe we are going to close the month above $50,000 for Bitcoin and see continuation then to the upside and breaking here also $54,500 in the next, let's say, 2 weeks approximately. I expect a bigger drop in the next 2-3 weeks, but I believe the next 2-3 weeks will be still really, really good for Bitcoin before we see like this downwards move. Now, I want to touch really briefly on the Bitcoin dominance. Here you see exactly happening, what I was talking about the last couple of days, that I would like to see some consolidation here before we see further leg to the downside. Now, the only problem is these couple candles here of consolidation canceled a lot of my profit already, so I have some swing positions. A lot of my profit is gone from there, but it's fine. I know it's coming back, so but once this is happening from time to time, I'm always thinking I should have taken some of the profit, so and just re-enter at the same price or even lower, so but yeah, with swing trades, it's sometimes like this. In the long run, I will be winning, so and that's why it's actually fine. So here I would like to see some follow through to the downside now over the weekend, or in Monday, Tuesday, no return here to the upside. So which I have to point out, it could technically happen if Bitcoin decides here to move $2,000, $3,000 to the upside. Then, of course, the dominance will also increase again. But yeah, if we can just stay above $52,500, let it be $52,700. So it's not a big move for Bitcoin from where we are right now. And then start ranging from $52,000 to $52,500 to $53,000. And the dominance can then slowly move here down. That would be amazing. So, but for the time being, I believe if Bitcoin is gaining some strength here to break above $52,500, we might see a retest of 53.6% here, this downward sloping resistance line, and from there get a rejection and then move lower. The only more or less altcoin that I want to cover here today is Ethereum. Ethereum here on the daily chart needs a further correction, in my opinion, a little bit. It doesn't look like that we are done with it on the daily chart. So here I would expect a move to the Monday low of $2,860, or in the worst case scenario, a move here to 2,722, the old yearly high that we had here and that we created in 11th of January until we broke it then here last week. So a retest of that level would be not the worst if we are getting it on the way down. And here I'm looking to add massively also to my Ethereum position. Guys, that's it basically for today's episode already. I hope you will have a nice weekend. Of course, I will be back tomorrow. So make sure that you smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'm going to see you then again tomorrow.